Hello my YouTube beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a speed review video. I'm going to be talking about all the products that I've been testing out for multiple weeks now that have come out. Not every single one of them have launched recently, but most of them have, and they are all brand new to me. So I wanted to do this video to give quick, concise thoughts, claims, information about each of these products so you guys have an idea of whether you might be interested in these or might not be, and just share my updated thoughts because some of these I have used in previous videos that I said I would kind of do like an update for you guys on how I like it after using it for a few weeks rather than just doing a first impression. So if you enjoy videos like this and find it helpful, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It does help me out. And if you're enjoying the content and want to stick around, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I don't know what side it's on, but it's there. This hair is just doing its own thing. Please go away. Okay. And the first product I have to talk about is this Laura Mercier translucent light catching powder. I tested this out a while ago in a video and yeah, I just have thoughts. So this retails for $39. There's 3 different shades. I have the shade Celestial Light. It's the lightest shade that it comes in, which is kind of confusing for me because it's like, if it's translucent, why do you have different shades? You know? Online it says that it sets makeup for 12 hours, blurs and smooths texture, pores, and fine lines, and has a pearl blend for a luminous finish. So I tested this out. I used it initially all over my face with my powder brush and I looked like I was in Twilight, okay? This is like if you want to dress up as Bella Swan or Edward or whatever for Halloween, you need this powder because it is going to make you glow to the moon. So I don't like applying this all over my face with a big powder brush to set down my foundation. That is not it for me. It just looks like you're adding a bunch of shimmer all over your face. And I have oily skin, so I was super excited that Laura Mercier came out with a powder like this that was a little bit more radiant and still kept you matte and set down your face. You know, I was so excited for this powder. I don't think this is a cute look all over to set your foundation. I feel very self-conscious when I put this on and it's too much, it's too concentrated as like a setting powder. I prefer to add just a light dusting of this kind of all over my face, but with a very, very fluffy diffused brush that is not going to put this in one spot, if that makes any sense. Because if you put it in one spot, you're gonna have a thing of glitter just like super condensed in that one spot. I really like this as kind of an all over dusting if you want a little bit of luminosity, but you are wearing a matte foundation. I don't think this would look good on a super luminous or radiant foundation. You could pretty much like use this as a regular highlighter. If you took a highlight brush, dipped it in this, and just applied it to the tops of your cheekbones, it would be an actual highlight. I do like the color of this. I'll try to swatch it for you. This is what the powder looks like. It is very pretty. The tone of it is just really pretty, kind of this icy champagne color. I don't think this is worth the money for how little I've been using it and just kind of so little of it to go all over my face just to add a tiny bit of luminosity. I don't think it's worth $39. It's a lot to pay for a powder that I just don't use very much of and can't use that much of because it's just going to look too intense. There's a particular person that really likes this powder. It's just not me. And I don't think that it should be talked about as a setting powder. It should be talked about as a highlight. The next product I want to talk about, you haven't seen this in a video yet. This is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Mattifying Powder. This retails for $8. There's 12 shades. I have the shade Fair, so this is the lightest shade that they have. Online it says it's a matte powder infused with rice powder. Minimizes oil and shine. It's transfer and smudge proof. Provides sheer coverage that's non-drying and non-cakey. It's lightweight, buildable, and best for normal to oily skin. So I'm actually wearing this on my skin today over the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation and skincare. Why is this hair being the way that it is? Can someone tell me? So this sets down foundation really nicely. It does look very pretty, very blurred. It definitely mattifies, but it doesn't feel too heavy on the skin. It doesn't cling to any of my areas that might be a little bit more dry, because my skin is more combination normal right now with postpartum hormones balancing out. I do have some dry patches on my face, but I didn't find that this necessarily clung to any of those. I really like that it's a pressed powder. I actually prefer pressed powders over loose powders because number one, it doesn't get all over my clothes, and it's just a little bit easier to apply. This is definitely pretty sheer. It's not going to add a lot of coverage to the foundation that you already have on. It makes my skin look very soft, blurred. It just looks really pretty, honestly, and it does tend to wear pretty well on my skin, and controls my oil for about 6 to 7 hours before kind of breaking down and looking more oily. So I do really like this. I'm definitely gonna continue to keep using this, but I think it's a great drugstore option if you have oily skin and looking for a matte powder that's not going to look too heavy or too flat on your face. Next we have NYX The Brow Glue. This retails for $8. It's a clear color. There's no tint to it. Online it says it's a 16-hour extreme hold, non-sticky, transparent, dries down to a natural looking finish, creates a brow raising look that actually stays. So I have a lot of thoughts about this. Initially, I wasn't a huge fan of this. I think I used too much, and honestly, I tried to make the fluffy brow look using this. Now, I think that you just have to be careful about how much you apply of this, because one coat is good. If you apply too much, it can become really goopy very fast and the fibers just look thick. It does hold up my brows pretty well. I really like to use this as just a regular brow gel that holds my brows in place, doesn't look super sticky, doesn't look sticky or crunchy. This is definitely like an extreme brow hold that's affordable. So if you like the feathery looking brows, if you want something that's going to keep your brows in place all day long, this is a really good product at an affordable price. But you definitely can't feel this in your brows. Like I said, it can feel a little bit heavy. So I like to take just the tiniest amount. A little goes a very long way with this product, but overall I do really like it. Along with that, I actually bought the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. So I was kind of hoping to use it in conjunction with that brow glue. This retails for $11. It comes in 10 shades. I have the shade Ash Brown. This is supposed to be a flexible micro brush tip pen. Create thin lines to look like hair, 16-hour long wear formula, smudge proof, transfer resistant. I don't know why they say that, because this is absolutely not smudge proof or transfer resistant. This comes off my brows very quickly. I do like the tip. It is a very fine little tip, so it can create those like brush, hair strokes. The shade is off for me. Like I said, I got Ash Brown. This is the same exact shade that I bought in the micro brow pencil that they have, and that's like my favorite brow pencil. It's definitely deeper and warmer than that color. So if you have the brow pencil and you're thinking like, oh yeah, I'll for sure be the same color in this, I would just test it out and see, because for me, this was not the same shade. It looked definitely deeper. This just was kind of like super disappointing. I like would put it in my brows and it would look fine, and then like halfway through the day, I'd start noticing the little brush strokes kind of rubbing off. And by the end of the day, it's like not even there. So I don't think that this is worth it. It just seems like you'll find a better eyebrow pen out there than this one. This one just was super disappointing. Next, I have to talk about the Nikkia Joy Velvet Finishing Powder. This retails for $38. It's a powder that controls shine for up to 16 hours. It mattifies the skin while conditioning it with ingredients to improve skin condition and hydration. It's supposed to minimize pores and blur fine lines. So I initially, was super bummed about the Too Faced Peach loose powder being discontinued. Like that whole peach line is gone, I think now. I wanted a powder that was similar, and one of you guys actually recommended this one, and I'm really glad that you did, because I have seen really good reviews of this. I just have never had a chance to actually purchase and try it out. So overall, I do really like the powder. It's not as foolproof in my opinion as the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. It doesn't keep my foundation looking as nice for as long. My foundation tends to rub off my chin like by the end of the day, so that's kind of a disappointment. I just don't think that it Like maybe I'm just a little bit too oily right there where my foundation just generally kind of rubs off. I do really like the scent. It's kind of like a light, very, very faint baby powder scent. Some people might have different opinions about the, the scent, but I actually really enjoy it. It makes my skin look super nice and smooth, very soft. It does blur and it does mattify without looking super dry or heavy. I think I just wish that it held my foundation in place a little bit longer, especially for the price. It's $1 less than the Laura Mercier powder. And I just think, comparing it to that, I think the Laura Mercier is definitely better. But this is, comes as a close second. It's just not as long lasting as that one. I have 2 more products to talk about. This is the Maybelline Lip Lifter Gloss with Hyaluronic Acid. It retails for $8.99. There's 15 shades and I have the shade Opal. It says that it's supposed to give you fuller looking lips, lasting hydration, it has an extra large wand that enhances lip contour. So first off, really love the packaging. It's weighted, so it feels high end. It just looks really nice. I do really like the packaging. I like that you can see the gloss through it and it just really appeals to me. Like I said, I have the shade Opal, which I'm so glad I got this shade. I was kind of playing around with like, which shade do I get? I wasn't sure. I saw this online and the reflex in it are gorgeous. Hopefully you can see that, but the reflex are just so pretty. This gloss adds such a lifted, plump look to any lip product you have underneath it. To me, this is actually like a hydrating gloss. A lot of glosses that I try say they're hydrating and they actually end up drying out my lips. So this I can put on and I don't have, my lips aren't flaking because they're getting dry throughout the day. It actually feels like this helps give my lips hydration, which I really like. It just adds a nice kind of sheer pink flush to any lip product that you have. And I think it's overall a really great affordable option at the drugstore. Last product I want to mention in this video is from Makeup Revolution. This is the Matte Balm Lip Gloss. What is a matte balm lip gloss? I was asking the same thing. That's why I actually bought it. This retails for $7. There's 5 shades. I have the shade Nude Magnet, which is described as a soft nude. I'm actually wearing it on my lips today. So it says that it's a matte, long-lasting formula and a smudge-proof color. So I will say the color is a little bit more, like it pulls more of a mauvey purpley undertone on me. I would have liked it to be a little bit more rosy for saying it's a soft nude. It just feels like it's a little bit more purpley of a nude, which are not my favorite kind of lip colors. But I do really love the packaging. It's a very pretty, like frosted, weighted, I don't know, it just kind of looks like it belongs with the Bare Minerals products, The wand, it's a big doe foot. Hopefully you guys can see this, but it has a tiny little indent in the wand where it picks up additional product so you're not applying too it picks up additional product where you're not applying too much to your lips. It goes on very moussey feeling. It almost reminds me of the ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip. The formula I think is very similar and it feels like you're not really applying anything on your lips. This does go on pretty sticky at first. It does feel like very galoppy, right? Like you put your lips together and it's like, whoa, okay, there's something definitely on my lips and it bugs me. As you continue to wear it, it does dry down to where it's significantly less sticky. It's just the tiniest bit sticky right now. So definitely give this one time to set down on your lips. It's a nice, neutral pink shade. I think it would look really nice on a lot of different skin tones, but overall, I think this is decent. It's not like the best, matte lip that I've ever tried, especially like from the drugstore. There's a lot of matte lip products that I like more than this, but I do think it's a decent option for an affordable price. And so far it hasn't rubbed off, and I've been drinking a Starbucks drink and it hasn't been transferring a whole lot, which I do like. I don't understand the name of it. Like, why would you call it a matte lip gloss? That is everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope that you found this helpful and that maybe like if you were thinking about buying some of these products, that my video could be helpful in you deciding whether to purchase it or not. As always, you may have different opinions about the products that I mentioned in this video. Everything works differently on different people, so just kind of keep that in mind. If you'd like me to do more speed reviews like this, please let me know down below. I would love to kind of test out a bunch of products behind the scenes and then be able to share with you guys what my thoughts are about tons of different products. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. contain yourself.